Hello, English 201. We're beginning now in Unit 4. A good way to introduce Unit 4 is to ask a question. When was the last time you fussed and cussed and threw hammers and wrenches and screwdrivers on the floor as you tried to decipher the instructions for putting together one of these pieces of furniture, or maybe one of your children's toys, or something that you bought in the store that wasn't assembled? If you've had that experience, and if you've lived long enough, you certainly have, then you were the victim of bad process analysis. Unit 4 covers process analysis, which is a rhetorical term for analyzing a process to determine two different things: either how something works or how something is put together. So when you read the directions for putting together your child's tricycle, when you read the directions for a recipe for preparing Mama's classic French toast recipe, you're using a process analysis. It sounds pretty simple, and just because it's easy to organize a piece of process analysis, because it's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. You don't have to worry about an organizational strategy at all. But the very illustration that I used earlier is an indication that writing process analysis is not always simple. You not only have to write the steps down, but you also have to give the instructions clearly. It has to be thorough. You have to explain terms, specialized terms in the process that the reader may need to understand also. So that will be our task. We're going to read, of course, the theoretical introduction to process analysis in the Longman Reader. You're going to see there are two different approaches to process analysis. There's directional, where you write the directions for a recipe or putting together a piece of furniture. And then there's informational, which is a process analysis writing where you explain how something works. And among the options that you'll have for Essay 4, you'll have either one of those to choose from, a variety of either one of those approaches to choose from. You'll see that. But do use the Longman Reader to get the theoretical understanding, because you'll be asked to apply that theory in the Essay 4. Also, make sure you print out and look over the criteria for evaluation for Essay 4, because two of those criteria will specifically address the rhetorical theory behind process analysis and will measure how well your piece represents those qualities. I'm going to add one word about an issue that I've been responding to many of you in the Look What I Wrote forums. I want to continue to emphasize the importance in your writing. Cultivate the skill, practice the strategy of eliminating, or at least minimizing, the use of forms of be in your writing, the verb be. Those forms are am, is, are, was, were, been, be, and being. I'm not saying never use those words, but be very careful that you don't use those words in such a way that it creates wordiness or that the words contribute to lifelessness in your writing. Your writing is always going to be better if it relies on strong, vivid action words. In forms of be, they're lifeless, they're dead. We call them linking verbs in grammar. And whether you use them as helping verbs, the dog is looking instead of the dog looks, whether you use them as main verbs, you're losing a sense of action, you're losing a sense of directness in your writing that could be aided otherwise. The other usage issue, the most common, frequently cited pronoun usage error or weakness that I cite, is the use of the pronoun it. That two-letter word causes far more grief. It robs your writing of more clarity and directness than you would imagine. So when you revise your papers, look for forms of be, look for that little two-letter word it, and make sure that there's not a better way to express yourself in the writing. Okay, it's on to Unit 4. The criteria for evaluation for the process analysis essay are there. You have some interesting topic choices to choose from, and we'll do the same routine over again. I'll see you in the Look What I Wrote forum.